Hi guys, welcome to MAT212, Brief Calculus. I'm Dev, nice to meet you. I wish I was there with you, but we're going to do the best we can here at home together. I wanted to take a few minutes to quickly go over what's expected for each chapter, starting with chapter 11. You might notice in your Canvas class, underneath the modules section, that you have modules for each chapter that we're going to cover in this class. There's some important information under each module, so make sure that you follow along in Canvas. You'll notice that we're starting with Chapter 11. Chapter 11 is all about limits. We're going to talk about limits, we're going to talk about continuity, we're going to talk about average rate of change versus instantaneous rate of change, and then we're going to start to talk about derivatives, one of the big topics we talk about in calculus. You'll notice under each chapter that one of the very first things that you'll see is a blank student note packet. So you can see here the Chapter 11 blank note packet. You need to make sure that you print off that note packet, or you can upload it to maybe a tablet if you'd like to take notes that way. But you are expected to print out that note packet and take notes with us just like if you were in class. And then you're going to upload those when you're finished with Chapter 11. Print off that note packet, and then you'll see underneath the module that there are video lessons for each section, 11.1, 11.2, 11.3, and so on. When you click on, for example, 11.1 Limits Video Lessons, you'll see a video example for each one that we cover in that section's notes. You're expected to watch those videos and fill in the notes just like if you were in class, filling out the blanks, doing the examples with us. If I ask you to pause the video and try it, then pause the video and try it and make sure that you understand. You might need to pause. You might need to rewind and replay. You might need to listen to it a few times. That's one nice thing about having the videos, that you can kind of go at your own pace. But you are expected to watch the videos so that you can complete the notes just like if we were in class together. You're going to do that for each section as you're going through the notes. You can do that all at once if you'd like, or you can do chapter or section 11.1 and then complete the homework in my math lab. That probably would be a better idea to make sure that you understand each section before moving on, because as you know in math it kind of builds on each other, right? So if I were you, I would listen to 11.1 video lessons, filling out the notes as I go through, making sure I understand. And then I would apply that by doing 11.1 homework that's in my math lab, making sure that you follow the due dates for each section. You might also notice that I have an extra few things in here underneath the modules. For example, I have a limits flowchart. You might want to take a look at that, print it off as you're looking at limits, and see if that kind of worksheet will help you kind of understand the limit process. The other things I have under here are some extra calculus review material. So I also teach Calc 1 here at GCC, and a lot of the topics kind of overlap. And so I've put their review in here as a few extra example problems or practice problems if you'd like to pull from that review. It's just extra. It's not for points. It doesn't need to be turned in, but there are a few extra good limit examples and problems that you can do to practice before your test if you'd like to. And then the answer key is provided. The last two things that we have under Chapter 11 are the Chapter 11 completed notes. Remember, you're watching the videos and you're taking the notes with me. When you're finished completing the Chapter 11 notes, you're going to upload your notes there. Take a picture, scan them, make sure that you enter them in one document, make sure I can clearly see them and the pages are in order, and then you're going to upload your completed notes there for points. The next thing you're going to do is as you're taking your Chapter 11 test, what I'd like you to do is take out a blank sheet of paper, and I'd like you to work out the problems as you're going through the test, step by step. And when you're done with the test, I would like you to submit a copy of your work. That way, for any questions you get wrong, I can look back at your work and try to give you partial credit. Sometimes, unfortunately, my math lab is a little bit picky on how they expect you to input the answers, and you might make one little mistake and it marks the whole thing wrong. I'd like to try to give you partial credit back, but the only way that I can do that is by being able to see clear, organized work. So as you're doing your test, make sure you go step by step, you're organized, you label your questions, and I can clearly see your work so I can give you partial credit back. Unfortunately, if I can't see your work, read your work, can't figure out what's going on, I can't give you partial credit back. And unfortunately, you get the score that you get, okay? So make sure you take some time to do that. Make sure that you're organized with that so you can get as many points back as possible. You'll see that kind of same process through each chapter. Print out your notes, watch the videos, do your homework, submit your completed notes, and then make sure you take the exam and show your work while you're taking your exam. All right, here's for our first chapter. Let me know if you need anything along the way. Just because you can't see me doesn't mean that I'm not here. So if you need anything, let me know.